on mine, so hopefully I'm on my life. He's supposed to start at 1:25, so we're on. Yeah, I don't know how long. But all right, try to keep my phone right here. All right, we are live for game 2. Yeah, just let me know if I'm on. Game 2 here, the Great Lakes Region Final. Let's go to Chicago, Illinois. If you missed the first game, played earlier today at Batavia High School, 3N Sports topped the future 66-38, which advanced us in the winner's bracket to take on Team Prime Nation, who has yet to play today. So this is their first game. They're in the dark blue and red, taking the will be Zoe, and it's won by 3N in the hands of Audrey, who starts things off here. Top team in Wisconsin, so this should be a good matchup. Nice opening bucket there by Zoe, who took it inside and quickly now Zoe with the steal after the tip by Charlie. Now Zoe hands it off to Audrey. Audrey gets it inside Zoe, but it's stolen. So Team Prime Nation looking to tie things up here. The runner is in, and they do. 2-2 the score. We're just underway here at the Battling Bulldogs of Batavia High School, suburb of Chicago, Illinois. Now back on offense. Zoe spins. Zoe goes around and gets her shot blocked. It's going to stay here. With 3 in, Audrey throws in a 3 right from the inbounds. The minute and some change ticked off here. 5-2 score, 3 in. Up early. And some inside work there. Dillon's attempt just goes in and out. So here comes Prime Nation now. And stolen there is Audrey. Gets it over to Shelby. Shelby's going to take it in. And gets fouled in her attempt. So Shelby will get to go to the line to shoot 2 here.
Make sure people are looking before we pass.
It's so safe, not safe. Okay. Come over here, though. Come right here. So I'm going to switch around the Wi-Fi here. Put there. A 3-point miss goes in the hands of Zoe with the rebound. Gets it to Charlie quickly now to Dillon. Dillon kicks it outside to Audrey. Audrey on the outside, 7-4 to score. 13:44 on the clock. All right, trying to get the best picture for y'all. 3-point is up for Audrey's off. Saved by Zoe. Dillon now quickly inside. Gets away from Shelby. 13 minutes on the clock. 3 in nursing a 3-point lead here. 7-4 early on in game 2. Blocked by Audrey. And the save goes to Shelby, who tried to get it up to Audrey, but it gets stolen there at midcourt. Prime Nation out of Wisconsin. Good ball movement for the bucket. And now 3 in, back on offense. Charlie Knowles hands it off to Zoe. Zoe from the top, shoots a 3. That's off. Rebound, Dillon, nice hustle. Quickly gets it over to Shelby. Shelby steps into a 3. That's in and out. Rebound. Squirts away. Charlie knocked it out, but it gets into the hands of the point guard in blue and red. Looked like it was over and back, but they didn't call it. So there's a 3. That's off. Rebound. Going to stay with Prime Nation. Prime Nation brings in a sub, and so does 3 in. Coming into the game for the first time is Kate. Taking a seat is Dillon. 11:51 on the clock. Prime Nation to inbound under their basket. Missed. Defended there by Charlie. Picked up the loose ball was Kate. She's now into the game. Charlie quickly now gets it into Zoe. Zoe puts outside now quickly to Charlie. Charlie throws it up and missed. Charlie steps into that. Stays with Prime Nation. Block. That's the second block for Audrey, who now brings it across the court. Audrey. Zoe at the top. Back to Audrey. Zoe sets a screen. Now Shelby's going to take it in. Kick it back out to Audrey from the corner. That's up and off. Rebound, Shelby. Shelby back to Audrey. Audrey steps into another 3. That's in. Big 3. Buckets from Audrey. We're under 11. 10-6 is the score. 3 and up.
Good pass. Here we go. Nice job. Good ball.
Now Zoe gets the ball. Goes up, throws it up and gets fouled. So Zoe's going to get the shoot two. 3 subs are about to check in for the opponent. That's the first. Zoe gets them both. 12-8's the score. 10:38 on the clock. Dylan ready to come back into the game. You're good.
Shelby's got it. Good find, Ellie.
Deep three is in. Here comes Kate. Kate now back to Audrey. Audrey steps into her own deep three. That's off. Rebound. Prime Nation. Prime Nation brings it up. I'm going to say Zoe bumped her with the body. So that's Zoe's first. Coming back into the game is Dylan for Audrey. Prime Nation gets it in deep. Another three, that's off. Rebound Charlie. Charlie has it. Charlie gets it up to Kate. Kate goes left, comes back out, loses the handle, keeps it, hands it off to, that's Shelby in the corner. I don't know what the call was. Looks like got her in the hand, and that's her third foul. So Zoe now gets it inbound. She throws it up, and that's in. Zoe's second bucket there, pushes the lead back to 3. We're under 9.5 in the first. 2 16-minute halves is what they play out here. You get 6 fouls. So apparently one of the girls who's about ready to come out for Prime Nation has 3 fouls already. Now, rebound, Charlie. Charlie pushes it. Gets it up to Kate with the leading pass. Back outside to Dylan. Dylan goes in. Dylan goes up. Dylan gets defended there by their big, number 13. And now Prime Nation comes back. Defended outside there. That's nice. We're going to say Shelby on the foul. Looks like Shelby got a lot of ball there. But they're going to call Shelby with her first. It's on the floor, no? Give her 2 shots here. Awesome! Good sub for Prime Nation. 8:42 on the clock. Audrey ready to check back into the game. Stands next to me here. Rebound, Dylan. Quickly now to Charlie. Charlie gets up the court. Throws it up and in. Nice bucket. Charlie looked for the foul. No foul there. 8.5 on the clock. Prime Nation now gets it to the free throw line. That's off. Dylan with another rebound. Here comes Charlie. Charlie gets it across with the girl in her face outside to Shelby. Shelby now walks it to the middle with the girl in her hip. Charlie now back to the top. Coach Pat calls stack and told them to move quickly. Here comes Kate to the outside wing. Quickly now to Dylan, who goes inside, underneath, and blocked. So he tried to get the loose ball, but it goes to the opponent. Kicked there by Charlie, so it's going to stop play here. Checking back into the game for 3N is Audrey. She comes in for Shelby. 7:54 on the clock. 16-12, 3N up by 4. Here comes Prime Nation. Prime Nation dribbles inside. Defended by Zoe. That's her second foul. She'll get to go to the line to shoot 2. Sinks them both. Audrey now brings it across. Gets it up. Tried to find Kate. But the pass led her just a little too far. So turnover. 16-14 the score. Prime Nation looking to tie things up or take the lead here. Audrey defends on the outside. Now Kate. That's a deep three. That's off. Rebound. Prime Nation. That's another three. There's a foul. So she's going to shoot three free throws. Foul goes to Audrey. I think that's her first. Two of two, she gets one more. That one right there tied things up. So this one is to take the first lead of the game, and she does. All three free throws. So here they come back. Audrey quickly to Dylan, and that's a little too far. So back-to-back turnovers. It'll be harder against a team this caliber. So it looks like Prime Nation calls a quick timeout. All right, from the timeout called by the opponent at 7-12, who happens to be up by a point right now. Coach Pat discussing tightening up the defense and cutting down on a turnover. Here we go, Charlie now. Throws it into the turnover. And Charlie's going to get a call there for a foul on the floor. Get it into the three, but stolen, almost stolen there by Audrey. Stays with Prime Nation. And that's a three. And that's off. Rebound. Zoe grabs the ball and gets it to Audrey. Audrey gets it across midcourt. All the way in to Kate inside. Kate throws a left up, not enough. Rebound, Prime Nation. Quickly now, Prime Nation gets across the floor. That's what's going on, Charlie. What did Charlie do? Blue ball over here. Blue over here.
2 points.
So the call was a technical on Charlie. The ref said it was some unsportsmanlike behavior. And he said to watch it on the tape. So I don't know what she did, but they gave her a technical. Charlie's now on the bench. Shelby came back into the game now. 3N trying to get back into this, and a play like that, oh, just out. Big rebound by Zoe. Shelby on the outside. Shelby gets it over to Kate. That's a foul. Audrey's still down. She got bumped pretty hard on 13. He did try to help her up, but Audrey wasn't ready to come up. 3N now down by 3, 19-16. 6:02 on the clock. Audrey's back up. Gets it into the corner to Kate. There's Zoe. Gets blocked, but Zoe's going to hit the ground hard, pick herself up, and get fouled. So Zoe's going to go back to the line where she made her first 2 earlier, and she's going to get to shoot 2 here. Sinks the first. Gets them both. 3N down by a point. 5:50 on the clock. Another travel. That's back-to-back travels for the opponent. So the defense stays strong for the girls in white and black. 5.5 left in the first half. Kate all the way across to Shelby. In the corner, Dylan for 3. Dylan's off. Just missed. Here comes Prime Nation. Defended outside by Zoe. Now. Oh. Little runner, I thought. Dylan, nice brake light set. Dylan slams on the brakes, gets the girls off her feet, and gets the bucket to stay down just by 1 here, 21-20. Prime Nation up by a point.
Hey! Victoria, take it out, firm. You're going that way though. Firm, take it out. Zaya, will you get it? Go.
Chip there by Dylan, but it stays with Prime Nation. Kate guards on the outside. Oh, that almost went in. Rebound. Here comes Zoe up the court. Zoe hands it off to Audrey. Quickly to the corner, Kate. Kate dribbles the baseline. Scoops it up and under, but gets blocked. Gonna stay with 3N. Couple subs here for Prime Nation. They have a bench of 3 girls to the 1 for 3N. Shelby looks to get it in and finds Zoe, who quickly throws it up but gets fouled. I believe that's her 4th foul, number 10. And I think they're going to sub for her when there's another whistle. So Zoe, who's hit all 4 of her free throws, and all 5 of her free throws. And number 10 does take a seat. Number 3 comes in for her. She's the point guard. Zoe's lights out. The first game, she wasn't as good. But this one, she's hit all 6. So actually, take the lead back for 3N. 4:05 mark. 3N up by a point. 22-21. Here we go. This one's going to go down to the wire. Should be fun, so stay tuned in the second half. That 3 points off. Rebound, Shelby. She hands it off to Audrey. Gets it across. Now into Zoe. Now a 3 for Kate. That's off. Rebound. I'm going to say Dylan picked up the foul, must have grabbed her. And they're going to say it's a bonus now. Was that on number 12 or number 1? Thank you. Got the first. Ties it up at 22. Both 23-22, Team Nation now. Shelby from 3. That's up. That's off. Rebound, Kate. Kate grabbed it, lost it. And I think Dylan just got another foul. Back to the 1-on-1. Missed. Rebound. Audrey. Audrey grabs the board. Quickly now to Kate, who's all the way down. Kate lays it up for the easy bucket and a quick timeout by the Prime Nation coach. 3:19 on the clock. 24-23 is the score. 3 and up. By a very thin point. Coach Knack going over to the book to ask Jill about fouls, I bet. All right. The message at this timeout was called by our opponent, Coach Pat, reminding the girls about the fouls and giving them these easy points on the 1-on-1 just to be smarter about it. So that's where we're at. Here we are after the timeout. 3:15 on the clock until the halftime. Probably will not have these girls shooting free throws the way we did in the first game. Big 3 by Prime Nation to take the lead right back. Now Dylan inside gets hit and fouled by number 34. So it's going to be on the floor unless they're in the bonus. And maybe they are. It is a 1-on-1. So the bonus goes both ways here. Dylan looking to hit the front end here. And she does. Well done. 25-26. 3 and down by a point. Dylan Walker looking to tie it up here at the 2:56 mark of the first half. And she does. Well down. 26 all is the score. Here comes Shelby to give a soft press to their point guard. Making it a little difficult. That's a deep 3 for Prime Nation. That's off. Rebound, Prime Nation. Step back 3. That's it. Press is on. And just as the girls are trying to get it across, Coach Pat calls the timeout at the 2:26 mark of the first half. At 3, pushes the lead back to 3 for Prime Nation. 29-26 is the score. from the timeout. I'm going to assume Coach Pat was talking about the press. This is the first time I think we've seen it, but they pulled it all the way back here, so no press here. Here we go. Audrey from the top. 2:20 on the clock. Moving it around. Here's Charlie. Gets a screen from Zoe. Back to the top, Shelby. Shelby takes it in, kicks it out to Zoe for a 3. That's up and off. Rebound. Prime Nation. Prime Nation brings it across. All the way. That's a 3-point attempt. That's off. Rebound. Saved by Dylan. Great save into the hands of her teammate from high school, Audrey Bennett. Now Audrey gets it over to Shelby. Steps into it. Almost thought about a 3, but Dylan's going to take it instead. That's off. Rebound. Got a little cold now on offense, but Dylan gets back and snags the interception. Now Charlie has it. Gets it to Shelby. We're at 1:36 on the clock. Down by 3. Here comes Dylan out of the corner. Dylan gets it to Audrey at the wing. Audrey dribbles between her legs and calls Zoe up for a screen, and Zoe takes it. Zoe quickly now gets it to Dylan for another 3. That's off. A rebound. Prime Nation. Prime Nation races up the court. Throws it off the side of the backboard, and looks like Charlie hit Charlie last. So Kate Weatherax checks back in the game for Charlie. Looks like it's going to be the opponent's possession. They're going to inbound at 1:11 on the clock. They get it into the 3-point mark. Inside now. Outside. That's a my apologies for the connection. I looked down in mid-sentence and everything was frozen on the screen. So we have 26 seconds left into the first half. 3 and down by 3. They had another travel call turnover for Prime Nation. So Audrey looks to tie it up. And she does. The big 3 at 12 seconds mark. 29 all. Last shot. 8, 7, 6. And this is going to be the last shot, and it's blocked by Dylan Walker. 29 apiece at the half. Sorry about that, folks, but this is going to be a fun one. Okay. It happened right there under the minute. I looked down and it was frozen. I'm like, I got it back on with 26 seconds, so they got to see the time shot. So we're back on. All right, we're coming back from the halftime rest. Tied up at 29. Prime Nation will have possession to open things up here in the second half. 16 minutes have been placed back on the clock. Charlie has, in terms of foul trouble, 3 fouls. I believe Dylan has a couple of fouls. Zoe does as well. So opening things up here. Prime Nation looking to break the tie. Shelby defends on the outside. And she loses it. No. And a quick 12-foot jumper off the inbounds. Here's Zoe. Throws it up to tie it up quickly. Way to run the floor. Catching them sleeping. I'm surprised this team doesn't seem to be the type to get caught sleeping like that. Now Zoe defends that well, stays on her hip, makes her miss. So we're tied up at 31. Not even a minute into the second half. And Zoe has it at the top. Zoe looks to go right. She does. Zoe then finds Audrey racing around inside the paint. In the corner, you probably can't see, that was Shelby. Audrey now looking to get Zoe up to the top, set a screen. She does. Quickly now to Zoe. Zoe kicks it to Dylan. Dylan thought about a 3 and goes up instead, but misses her layup. Nice take. Here comes Prime Nation. Zoe gets a third foul. At the 14:37 mark of regulation. That broke the tie, 32-31. He doesn't miss. 33-31. Audrey now to Dylan quickly. Dylan kicks it outside to Charlie. Charlie now goes up a runner but gets fouled in her attempt. So Charlie's going to go to the free throw stripe.
That's not your help. If there's a corner kid, you stay put, okay? Somebody else got to help on that.
Gets the first. Gets them both. We're back to tied. 33-all. So it's going to be a fun one, folks. So get comfortable. Shelby guards on the outside. Now Dylan. Dylan with the big block. They said her foot was on the line when she batted it to Zoe, so it's going to stay with Prime Nation, but a big block nonetheless. 14:09 on the clock. They get it into the top. Audrey defends from the top. Now Charlie. That's the corner. Inside now. Zoe. They're going to get Zoe. Zoe defends that perfectly, but the rebound stays with Prime Nation. That's from the corner three, and that number 3 is getting hot for the opponent. And she's made some huge buckets here to break the lead. Now Audrey tries to counter with her 3, and she does. So it's a trade-off of threes and buckets. Here they come quickly up the court. 13 and a half left in regulation. That's a 3-point attempt. That's off. A rebound, Audrey. Audrey has it. We're tied at 36. Zoe needs to turn around. She does. Zoe gets punched in the face. So Zoe throws in the 3. But she made that, so we're gonna count that because she never makes it. So it's gonna be on the floor. Shelby to inbound quickly. Dylan just took a seat, so Shelby is joined by Charlie, who has the ball. Kate, Audrey, and Zoe. That's a foul on the floor. It's going to stay on the floor. Under the basket this time. 13-13 on the clock. Shelby gets it into Zoe from 3. Zoe's going to put that up. It's off. Going to want the other one that went in on the foul when she got punched in the face. A couple subs here for Prime Nation. Again, they have a deeper bench like most teams. Get some fresh legs in. Okay, Shelby guards out front. Oh, that went in. Nice play. Nice play. We're under 13 here. 38-36, Prime Nation. Audrey now. Gets a screen from Zoe. Audrey goes the other way. Audrey's going to take it up herself, throw it up, and get fouled. So Audrey's going to get to shoot 2 to tie things up. Try to tie things up. Missed the first. Missed them both. Don't see that a lot. So here they come. Prime Nation in the corner, defended by Charlie. Charlie defends that well, but 34 found a way to get that in. Now the lead is 4 for the opponent. Here comes Audrey. Gets across center court. Slows it down. Moving grows around. Audrey gets it to the side. That's Kate on the wing. Kate looks to get rid of it, but Shelby's getting held in the middle. Now back to the top, Charlie. Shelby comes up to set a screen. Charlie takes it right back to Shelby. Shelby dribbles in, kicks it out to Zoe. Now back to Audrey. That's a deep three. That's up. That's in. Big three-pointer. Assist Zoe. The lead is only one now. 3 in. Trying to stay with this top team from Wisconsin. We're under 12.
Fine. Stay on the shooter.
Big block from Zoe. It's a good payback because she got Zoe earlier in the game and blocked her. So here they come quickly. Time Nation. Throwing it up. That's off. They get their own rebound. That's a big offensive rebound here. Now from the three, that's off. Rebound. Prime Nation with another offensive board. Need a rebound here. Can't keep giving them chances. Three in, trying to defend here, and stepping into that pass is Audrey. At the 11-minute mark, Audrey with the big steal, down one, looking to get the lead back. Dylan and Wells are ready to check back into the game. Charlie in the corner. Charlie walks it up to the wing. Trying to get their breath here. Now, Charlie gonna step into a three. That's in, big three-pointer. Huge bucket. Charlie hit 4 or 5 of those in game one, if you missed it. And that's a turnover. Not a turnover, but a stop. So Charlie, who just hit the three, bounces it to Kate. Kate gets her attempt swatted away, but it's going to stay with 3 in. Dylan's back in the game for Shelby. 42-40 is the score. A couple subs here for Prime Nation. 3 in up by a bucket. 10:23 on the clock. Zoe with the quick three, just off. Rebound. They're going to say Dylan pushed her. Yeah. So timeout. 3 in. At the 10:18 mark, 42-40. You hear all? You got every game all day long. You don't get a break. Usually they switch like the afternoon guys come in. You're all the way. I can only focus on you. That's what I'm saying. You work every single game.
No, I'm saying my focus on if I messed this game up, I would be so hurt.
You ain't messing anything.
No, I don't want to look past this.
Oh, in terms of like the rest of your day.
I don't want to
You
look
just
back.
said
I gotta.
when it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
And then you sleep.
Well, I gotta eat too. Well, you guys gotta eat too.
Sometimes you're more tired than hungry.
Yeah,
Although you're probably eating something in between. Yeah, hopefully.
I did.
Something's got to fuel them muscles.
No, I'll say.
Something's got to do that.
I'll say you've been lifting.
That ain't like natural.
This
You don't just wake up one day like that.
No. Not just wake up. You gotta put
See, I can't tuck my shirt in. I got to hide this. If I had that, I'd be tight. From the timeout. Few ticks above 10. That's it. It's on Zoe. I think that's her 4th. I think that's her 4th. Yeah, ball don't lie. Bad call. Bumped her. Come on, number 10. No, I want 2. The lead is 1 for 3 in. Here comes Charlie racing up with the girl on her hip. Charlie now. Zoe comes up to the top. Charlie goes inside. Charlie gets it kicked away. That's going to be a foul on number 3. She doesn't agree with it. She felt she got all the ball. 9:53 on the clock. 42-41 is the score. 3 in up by a point, and Charlie's looking to stretch it with the free throws. And hopefully I didn't jinx her because she hasn't really missed until there. 1 of 2. 43-41. 9:48 on the clock. 3N defending a 2-point lead. Defended well there by Charlie. Rebound Zoe, who looks really tired. Here comes Charlie going left. She loses the handle, but gets it to Kate. Kate goes up, throws a runner, and that's a huge bucket for number 15, Kate Weatherax. The lead is now 4. The 18-footer's off. Rebound, Shelby hands it off to Charlie. 9:13 on the clock. 3N up by 4. Ready to check in is Audrey Bennett. Charlie from the top with the girl in her face. Gets it over to Kate, who just hit a beautiful basket now. She loses the handle, picks it up. Gets it over to Zoe. Zoe goes inside. Zoe spins. Zoe throws it up. Off. Rebound. Prime Nation, here they come. They all stopped. They thought they heard a whistle, but it was from the other team. And that's going to get thrown away. Yep, go over back. Audrey comes back in, 2 subs for the opponent. Audrey comes in for Zoe. Get some water, Zozo. 8:42 on the clock. 45-41. Charlie stays at the top. Gets it over to the wing to Audrey. He gets fouled. 34 was just draped over like a backpack. Is bonus at 7? Okay. Shelby to get it in. She finds Audrey deep at the top. Audrey catching her breath. Who just checked back into the game. A lot of movement under the basket. Finds, and that's tipped, but in bump. We're shooting. Bonus. We're in the bonus. So Charlie's going to get the 1-and-1 here. Up 4. 8:20 on the clock. Big free throws right now, and she misses. Need a stop. Big bucket there for number 10. The lead is 2 for 3N. Kate Weatherax from the corner. Kate gets it over to Dylan. Dylan now in the wing. That's Charlie. Back to Dylan in the corner. Dylan gets it back to Charlie on the wing. Charlie calls out the thumbs up play. To the top, Dylan. Dylan looks to hand it off. She's waiting for Audrey, and it gets poked away. And it's going to stay with 3N. I think they know that play, Pat. All right. Hurry. Oh, that's a push. 34 on the wall. That's one. Hit your free throws, Audrey. So it's back to the bonus. 1-and-1. 7:37 on the clock. 3N nursing a 2-point lead here. 3-point lead. Substitution here for Prime Nation. 34 takes a seat. Number 2 comes in. 34 has probably in foul trouble. You get 6 fouls. Big free throws. Big free throws. The lead is back to 4. 7:34 on the clock. 3N on defense. Charlie guarding outside. Now Kate trying to stay with her. She dribbles in. Turns, pumps, misses. Rebound. Kate. Great defensive stop. Kate made her errant shot and then boxed her out perfectly to pick up the rebound. Now Audrey from the top. Mismatch. Audrey being guarded by the big at the top. Audrey's going to take her. Audrey's going to go up, stop, throw it up, and just off. Nice look. Audrey Bennett. Here comes Prime Nation. Throws it away. Right into the hands of Shelby. We're under 7. We're under 7. Big shot from the game played. Actually, this was a game winner, but we'll go back to my game here. Zoe's ready to check in. Oh, she bumped her. She bumped her with her. She didn't have to do that. You're shooting. Yeah, she's got to shoot first. She's through there. Sorry about the Wi-Fi there. We back on. Kate got the first of the bonus, so she's going to shoot her second. And she misses the second, but the rebound is going to stay with White. Went off of their big. 48-43 is the score. 3 and up by 5. 6:36 on the clock. Kate to inbound under the basket. The box play is in. It's called outside deep. Nice play by Dylan. Just tipped it right to Charlie as she was falling to the ground to keep possession after the big had tipped the inbounds pass. Now, Audrey from the top gets the hook screen. That's off. Rebound. Prime Nation coming up. Down 5. Prime Nation needs a basket here. She leans in and gets it. Number 10 has scored her last couple buckets for Prime Nation. Now Charlie gets it across. Charlie has it at the top. We're under 6. Nursing a 3-point lead. Charlie calls out the play. Charlie goes out left to Kate on the wing. Gets a screen from Dylan. Dylan gets it from Kate. Dylan back to the top. Audrey thought about a 3. She's going to move around the 3-point line. She's going to get it out to the outside to Charlie. Back to Audrey. That's a 3. That's up. That's off. Almost saved again by Dylan. Nice effort. Those are tired legs. Her last 2 shots said, my legs, I got none. And we still got another game to play today, guys. 5.5 on the clock. 3 in. Nursing a 3-point lead. Shelby ready to check back into the game. Defended there by Zoe, who picks down the board. Here comes Audrey. 5:15 on the clock. 3 in up. 48-45. Zoe from the top. Zoe goes left, hands it off to Charlie. Charlie now from the top. Now Zoe back to the top. Zoe goes right. Zoe back to Audrey. Audrey's going to go inside. Step back to Zoe. Zoe spins. Zoe goes up, gets it tipped away. Both of the bigs crashed on Zoe on that one. That's to tie it up from the corner. No. Rebound. How did Charlie get that with all of those bigs on her? But it's going to be a jump ball. Possession 3 in. Shelby checks back into the game. Prime Nation gets a sub for their own. Taking a seat is Audrey. 4:34 on the clock. 3 in up by 3. Charlie walks it slowly to midcourt. Now Shelby from the wing. Tried to get it inside to Dylan, who falls down. I don't know how she got it over to Zoe. And the big 3 from Charlie doesn't go in. Rebound. Oh, nope, stays. It stays with Dylan. Never gave up on that play and then gets fouled. Good hustle play by Dylan, who's going to get the shoot. 2. Double bonus at the 4:08 mark. Hit your free throws, Dilly. She gets the first. Zoe now rebound. 49-45. Big free throws right now. Dylan hit the first. She got them both. Need a stop here. 4:06 on the clock. 3 and up by 5. Here comes Prime Nation, who's down by 5. The back door goes up. She moves it, and Dylan picks up the loose ball. Here comes Charlie. Here comes Shelby. Back to Charlie at the top. Audrey ready to check back in. Zoe gets her shot pushed away. Blue gets the possession on that one. Audrey checks. Good job, Dylan. Audrey checks back in. Dylan takes a much-needed seat. 3:39 on the clock. Prime Nation with possession on the jump ball there. They are down by 5, looking to try to claw their way back in. Shelby guards on the outside. Now Kate. Now Audrey on the outside guards her girl. Now Shelby guards at the top. That's a three from the pocket. That's up. Rebound, Charlie Knowles. Charlie has it. Charlie at the top, slows it down, stops. Now Audrey has it from the top. 3 minutes on the clock. Zoe goes out to the top. She gets the ball. She gets a girl on her. Zoe's going to take it in herself, lose it into the hands of the opponent. Turnover. Not at the time to turn that over. We're under 3. That's a big 3, and she's been hitting them. Not that time, thankfully, but they get the rebound. And she throws up a prayer that doesn't go in. Tip. Audrey quickly now to Charlie. Charlie gets blocked. It's going to stay with 3N. Got a sub here. 2:32 on the clock. Couple subs here for Prime Nation. Shelby will inbound from under the basket. They're in the box call. Here they come. Quickly now. Charlie from the top. Charlie with the girl on her hip. Hands it off to Audrey. 2:25 on the clock. 3N up by 5. 50-45. Audrey now with the big in her face. Audrey hands it off to Charlie. Charlie now. Back to Audrey. Dylan's ready to check back into the game. Audrey dances around the top. Burning some time. We're at 2 minutes now. Here comes Charlie. Gets a screen by Audrey. Here they come, trying to jump it. Zoe. Back to Charlie. Tip there, but right in the hands of Kate. Charlie now, burning some clock. Audrey from the top. Here they come. Audrey gets it out to the corner. You can't see it. It's Shelby. Back to Audrey in front of the camera. They're trying to foul her. No foul. Shelby in the corner. Now Audrey. Now Kate. Back to Shelby. Inside to Zoe. She gets fouled. That'll put Zoe on the line to shoot 2. 1:28 on the clock. 3N up by 5. Dylan ready to check in. Who are you checking in for, Dylan?
I got Kate.
She got Kate. Big free throw from number 9. And there goes Dylan in for Kate. 51-45. It's not over. It is not over, folks. That 1:28 is a lot of time. But that free throw is huge. 52-45. 7-point lead. 1:20 on the clock. Big stop. Need a big stop here. Dylan. Dylan with a big block and a tip. It goes right out. And she said she stepped on the line again. She did that earlier in the game where she got a big block. None bigger than that one, though. But her foot was on the line when she tried to save it. So it's back in the hands of Prime Nation. 1:11 on the clock. 52-45 is the score. Prime Nation gets it in deep. Tip by Audrey, but just off her fingertips. It's going to stay with Prime Nation. Prime Nation to inbound all the way across the court. Shelby defends it. They get it into the top. 1:05 on the clock. That's a deep 3. That's up. That's off. Rebound, Zoe with a big board. We're under a minute. 52-45. Big stop for 3N. Now, pressure. Here comes Charlie to break the pressure. Shelby on the corner, and it gets it to the top. Audrey called it out. Zoe now has it. Zoe gets her pass tipped. She tried to get it to Dylan. They raced up the court. Oh. We're going to say Audrey picked that one up. You got to be in control. I mean, come on. She ran her over. Like half the control of the body. Audrey was getting out of the way. So she gets them both. The lead is 5. We're at 38 seconds. Here comes Shelby. Back to Audrey. Go. There it is. Just, nice. Corner. Shelby. Back to Audrey. Back. That's their whistle. Quickly now. Moving the ball around well. Shelby. There's a foul. 16 seconds on that one. She's going to shoot two. 52-47. Hit your free throw, Shell. One more stop. Big money right there. Good job, Uno. Get in there. One more stop, Zozo. One more stop.
Everybody's talking. Ball up right here.
13 seconds. One more stop. Oh. Who's that on? Who they calling? I think they gave that to Shelby. The 11-second mark.
Found it.
54-48 with that free throw. 54-49. Good. 3 seconds. She gets fouled at the 54-49 mark. So Audrey, who could have just laid it up to put the final nail in the coffin, decided to pull it out and try to cut the time, but they fouled her anyway. And she made her pay for it, the free throw, to go to 55-49. This should do it here. Gets the second. 3 seconds. Just let her go. 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 And that's it. Big win for the 3N girls. Take down the top team in Wisconsin. Great job, 3N. That's a great win. They should be very proud. Hold your arms up high. Great job, ladies. Job, Dilly.
Let's go.
I'll tell you when we play again tonight. We play again at 3 or 3:30 will be our next game. So tune in then. The Littles are going to go play at another facility. Follow me. I'm going to need that next game. I got to close it out, but in order to close it out, I need that still on. So.